Hi, it's about 1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. Today I've got a couple of combat bits to bring you. I've got a fun fight where 3 pirate ships take on this cutter. He dropped in to stop us scooping. Syrian was able to keep him busy on his own for quite a long time, allowing me and Polo to scoop up the cargo. And then it all descended as 3 pirate ships attacked him. Myself, Harry Polo, and of course, as mentioned, Syrian. We were all in pirate ships, but we took this cutter on and the fight lasted forever. So I'm just going to bring you the start of the fight and the end of the fight, really. And in the middle I've got a fight I had with somebody when I was doing my fighter cover. I come across a member of KNTS up at the CG, and I had this little fight with his plasmatic crate in my beam de lance. And yeah, I haven't seen a member of KNTS for a while, and you know, just nice to actually see one who's armed gunman up at the CG, because somebody was saying during this period the CG was going on for a month, someone was moaning that apparently we were avoiding people, and it's like, well, we're avoiding people by going to the CG virtually every day in open, fighting and pirating people. Don't know how that's avoiding people, but here's more evidence of me being active in open during the period that the person was accusing me of avoiding combat. Some people. But yeah, it was a good fun, and all GG's, but I must admit, those worry me when it's a 5 plasma crate with bi-weaves. You really have to get in there and do as much damage as possible, because I'm in a one and done shield, so you know, I'm okay. Early in the fight I've got a massive advantage, but if the fight goes on a long time, if the person gets their banks off, stuff like that, I've got nothing that cancels banks, so it can turn into quite a difficult fight for me. But yeah, my beam de lance is really good at taking out ships of this nature, as long as I can overwhelm them. If they have decent enough shields and they get their banks off, they become an absolute tar pit for me. But yeah, the heat management with the new way they've done thermal conduit beams makes my beam de lance a little more interesting when it fly. It's quite nice, because basically I start getting the incremental increases in damage from 90%. So if I'm at 100% heat, I'm getting 10% damage buff. If I'm at 150% heat, I'm getting the full 60% damage buff. But obviously at 150% heat, I'm starting to melt. And the way I do it is I nurse myself through the majority of the fight, staying up around like 10-20% bonuses to damage, and then if my shields go down, I go completely buck wild and let it all hang out. But as you can see here with this build, because I'm trying to overwhelm him quick, I'm allowing myself to get some nice heat up, really get those beams going bright, and try and melt those shields off really, really quickly. Because I'm aware that I'm probably against a high resistance build, because the crate bi-weave builds, if it's anything like mine, is, you know, going to be a high resistant shield rather than max megajoules. So it's all about trying to burn that shield off as quick as possible before you can get banks off, because I don't have any way to cancel the banks. And yeah, so I had to be really aggressive and burn my modules a bit more early in the fight than I would have liked to have done. But you know, that is the way of it. I do like the thermal conduit beam lasers. They are gimbaled, as you can see, but the fixed ones I can use when I'm fighting big ships, but I just don't have that skill to accurately use them when I fight mediums. And also the way I fly, the orbiting and that, it kind of works better with silly gimbaled weapons. You know, it's just one of those things. The technique I have for fighting in my beam de lance works really, really well with gimbaled weapons. And I've got to be honest, he's wearing chaff here, but a lot of people just don't run chaff these days. So, you know, if people aren't going to run chaff, I'm going to run gimbals. That's pretty much it. And of course, the occasional ram never hurt anyone. Like I say, overwhelming that shield is the main priority, because you know, can't let them get their banks off. As you saw there, he just missed off getting the whole bank because I rammed his shields off, and that is, you know, what I need to do to stop that ship out regenning me and keeping in the fight longer. Just stay on it, keep the constant persistent damage in it, just overwhelm the bi-weave. Because yeah, bi-weave builds can be really bothersome over a long and extended period of time, but my Beam de Lance is my preferred ship to take him on in. It is a fairly tough ship and has strong shields and a decent amount of armour, and it was all GG's and a good fun fight. Now I'm going to go over to a bit of voice for the last bit. As you listen to the in-game voices, I'll fight with 3 pirate ships versus a cutter winds down, and I'll give you a little clue as to how it all ends with this tile and say that's all, thanks for watching.
Holy shit, he's got some fucking hull under that, I'll tell you.
He has, isn't he? Not yet.
Think, has he just jumped?
No. Drummed him.
3 fucking minutes.
Here we go. Wah. Have some frags. There we are. Yeah, got it in, clear.
Oh fuck, I just rammed him under.
What?
He's dead as well, is he? Oh, we
He's
just
dead.
rammed each other.
He's dead. He's dead. Yeah.
We just rammed each other. We just rammed each other. We both killed each other. Oh my
man.
god.